Let us see if I will be rewarded or punished for this. You know, they say when life hands you lemons, make lemonade. And the rain did indeed catch up to me. And so I'm at this little gas station. It's kind of a famous place on trail. It's supposed to have really good burritos. So as part of planning for the next couple of days I'm going to be on trail, I went ahead and ordered one so I don't have to dip into my food in case I miscalculated. After all, at this point on the trail, if I was on the trail proper, I'd probably have my system dialed in a little bit better, but I'm not entirely sure as of now if I got the right amount of food. But in any case, I am having the right amount of beer. So yeah, waiting for my burrito to get made, drinking a covert brown bagged beer, and also hoping that maybe the rain lets up just a little bit. It hasn't been super strong. But it's been strong enough to where, you know, I had to put my pack cover on, I had to take out my umbrella, and my feet are pretty wet. I have to say, we'll have to see, you know, I know definitely initially, because, you know, I wanted to experiment, like, what does it feel like to hike in sandals when it's raining? And I have to say, it's not particularly pleasant, but the interesting part will be, does it allow for drying more quickly than if I was wearing shoes, you know? There's nothing like a long day on the Appalachian Trail that basically is rainy the entire time. And then once you finally make camp, that's another thing I want to wait the rain out for, hoping against hope that maybe by the time I get to my campsite, it'll be a bit drier for me to pitch things. But, you know, you get into your tent, and then you have to take off your nasty shoes, and everything is soaking wet, and it's just dripping out of your shoes, and a total mess, you know. And since I'm electing to road walk and things are a little bit different, you know, I wanted to see what this situation would be like. And so far, I'm pleased with the results of the experiment. I'm certainly very well chuffed with the beer. I had to walk to a different gas station that's not connected to this one in order to get it. But I feel like I'm being respectful and covert enough for this plan to pretty much go off without a hitch. You know, ain't nobody need to be happy or mad. I mean, if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. So yeah, I'm a little wet, you know, so what? That was kind of the point. And yeah, it took the weather how many hours to materialize? I mean, anyone with any sense would, you know, I guess I should say it's still Friday, the 27th of March, 2026, and it's 6:23 p.m. And yeah, I would imagine most people probably are bedded down for the evening already. If you're smart, you know, there's no need, unless you have some sort of other thing you're optimizing for, there's no need to walk all day long, unless there is a reason to do so. And the rain's coming back a little bit. It is interesting. You know, the rain is supposed to completely stop in about 2 hours. So, yeah, we'll just see as I kind of watch it ebb and flow in and out of existence. This is kind of the first real rain, you know, and again, I've mentioned it before, but when I left initially from Clayton to walk to Amicalola, I was very appreciative of the fact that it didn't rain for that entire duration, because if it had been wet while also navigating like a unique challenge, that would have been a lot more difficult to overcome, you know, because the rain, it does suck. It is very uncomfortable. And if you can avoid it, it behooves you to do so. The rain just kind of brings out all the baddies, you know. It makes everything kind of smell bad and get kind of gross. And yeah, I don't know. The umbrella is certainly the very much so sung hero of something like this kind of situation, where, you know, at least I have like the top, I don't know, third of my body is like completely dry. So shoulders, torso, head, like those things, when those things are being pelted with rain mercilessly and ceaselessly, that's when the madness kind of comes out, because it's like, man, this really sucks, and there really is no way around it, you know. So, you know, being at this position right now, where it's like, well, I have shelter, I have ordered food. I can get a beer. I was wrestling with myself. I was like, should I get a beer? And then I was like, yeah, you should absolutely get a beer. Like, come on, like, have some fun, loosen up, lighten up a little bit. So I went over to the other gas station and was able to get a beer. They had just the perfect one. Like, I didn't want a huge amount of beer because I'm not like trying to do that, you know. I'm just trying to enjoy sitting here and waiting. So a pint of Miller Lite, never hurt nobody, and a burrito here, thusly, won't hurt nobody neither. So that's pretty sweet. And yeah, how much do I even want to say about today? I feel like I should save it for later because the day's not even done. I guess what I really wanted to do was just kind of capture this moment. A certain kind of field of victory, you know, where at a minimum I'm out of the elements and I'm just kind of monitoring the puddles and the drops that are falling into them, trying to see if things seem like they're getting better or if they seem like they're getting worse. I thought I had a couple of hours to get to my campsite. I thought it was supposed to start around 7, but hey, you know what they say. Weather is a class 1A chaotic system and it cannot be predicted. And so here we are, my dude. It does look better, I must say. And I feel like I'm at a point where I could start rambling instead of actually saying anything that I'd be excited to share with other people, let alone Notebook LM. But let me think about that as I reflect back on how my day has been in terms of broad strokes that would still leave something to be discussed later. Oh, I'm not even sure. I am well in front of the bubble, the Appalachian Trail hiker bubble. Getting to Atkins before April even starts, I mean, you know, traditionally, I think that the first day that most people start is like, again, traditionally the 1st of April. And so the bulk of the bubble hasn't even formed yet, you know, which is just kind of crazy because, you know, I'm already over 500 miles in. I mean, technically speaking, what mile of the trail am I at? All courtesy of road walking and cheating. This is mile 545.9 where I currently am. And my campsite is located 1.7 miles ahead with 276 feet of ascent and 141 feet of descent. And this is going to be done with Sandals and 1 beer in the system, in the chamber, you know. So it should be a fun time. I thought, you know, it might be kind of fun to get a little buzz on and then buzz on into the woods. I definitely very vividly remember this exact location from 2019. I think in 2022 I probably just blew right past this area for fear of like having fun, you know. Back in 2022, I don't know, I would love to overlay the Strava data from 2022 with what I'm doing now and just see not only the quantitative difference but also just knowing the qualitative difference of both of the efforts and everything. Because by this point, you know, when I was on trail proper in 2022 and 2019, but I don't remember that so much, but I had, in 2022 anyway, I had also done the Pinhoti Trail and connected it with the Bartram or the Benton MacKay Trail to the Appalachian Trail. So I was like almost 1,000 miles in at this point. Yeah, if not over 1,000 miles at this point. So, you know, I was taking no guff, and I was just cruising for a bruising, my dude, and a bruising I did receive. I guess I could say, let me see, how many miles have I did today already? I'm sure my food is probably ready by now. I've been lollygagging. 24.2 miles. Yeah, so that's pretty sweet. I am planning to do at least 20 miles tomorrow. Maybe a few extra bonus miles. Possibly to set myself up for a 30-mile day so that I can get into Bland, Virginia, and so that I don't have to completely exhaust my wine supply. I shouldn't get into this because this is content for later tonight, but I went to a Dollar General that was in Atkins, a couple miles west of here, and I was like, you know, If they have wine, I will get another box of wine so that I have wine for tomorrow, and I don't have to be sad about not having wine. And true to form, they did. Liberty Creek all day, y'all. Liberty Creek, $3. It's only 11%, so it's a little lacking, but, you know, it could be worse. And, yeah, the rain is definitely getting a little bit more mild, I guess you could say. Still probably at a soaking level if you're out in it. And I do recall, too, that this section of trail that I'm about to walk into, when I did it last time, I just remember there being very tall grass. That's probably not going to be the case now, which is nice. And I did just look at the weather, and it looks like it's supposed to be 19 degrees colder tomorrow than it is today, but no rain. So, you know, all systems go. No big deal. We can deal with a little bit of colder temps. And who knows? I haven't decided tomorrow if I'm going to wear my shoes or if I'm going to wear my sandals. Kind of still depends on what my socks do overnight. They feel like they're already drying out. I've never really used wool socks in an open-toed sandal. But again, the theory of like things drying out as you use them and the body heat actually being used as sort of a dryer, that's something I've always been at least mildly interested in. So yeah, I probably should go check to see if the food's ready. 11 minutes is enough. How's it going, my dude? So yeah, for now I'll leave it there. And man, what a unnecessary but enjoyable clip. Love you. Bye. If I can find the thing.